Come on now, fellas! We've got to answer the bell. Now let's go!
Welcome into Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. It is Thursday, December 22nd, and it is a happy holiday season to you from us here at Main Street Sports Today. If you're watching this tomorrow on Friday, welcome in. It's going to be the same show that you saw yesterday, but we appreciate you watching anyway, because it's going to be a good one, and looking forward to it. Before we get going too much, Mo, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Just getting a little closer to the big day this weekend. So
I used to get in trouble for not asking you how your day was. So.
Well, I guess the person you would get in trouble has her hands full with other stuff these days. So
she's struggling, man, and we all are. Matter of fact, last night I told Justin this morning. I'm working off of 3 hours sleep, non-consecutive. Yep, got a random hour about 2 o'clock this morning, and then from 6 to 8:30. So it's not been good. I'm not gonna lie. it's been a weird day, and on top of everything else, had to because I am who I am, and my genetics are my genetics, and I had to go shopping today. So had to go get a few little things. Like I didn't have to go get any big gifts or anything, but still I did have to go finish out some little Christmas shopping, but we're done now. Now I just got to wrap it up. Put it under the tree.
Wrap it up.
That's
as
right.
Jimmy Ray Vaughan would say.
Wait, why would you be the one to put it under the tree? Doesn't Santa do that?
No. I told you he only brings the stocking stuff.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
We literally had this conversation like 4 hours ago.
Obviously, it didn't take. Huh?
It didn't stick. But that's okay. No, we're going to be having a really fun time today because we have joining us on Coach's Corner Bill HOCKENBERRY. He's going to talk to us about his ROCKVALE girls basketball team. They are, I guess, finished up for the holiday season and getting ready for some region play or district play in basketball and every other sport. But yeah, it's going to be a good show. We got him joining us. We will hand out some hardware here in a moment. We'll talk about the Titans. They play on Saturday, so that's always interesting. Matter of fact, if you're a Middle Tennessee football fan, you got a good day on Saturday. You start your day with the Titans. You can end it with the Blue Raiders and out in Hawaii. So should be fun. We'll talk about that. We'll also pick 10 college football bowl games we got 10 games between Saturday and Wednesday. So Plenty of bowl games to pick against the spread. We're not doing so great so far. So here's the thing. Watch us bet the opposite, get rich.
Boom.
This is the way to go. So yeah, we'll get into all of that and
listen to us, but don't listen to us.
That's right. Yeah. Go the other way. Run the opposite direction. Trust me. It'll be better for you in the end. All right. Oh, well, and Mo is.
And see you later, Mo.
Yeah, that is. I was just about to get into the rundown. So I tell you what. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Let's give you yesterday's results and today's schedule, this weekend's schedule on the rundown.
This is the rundown.
Friday rundown, or the weekend rundown, is brought to you by Chip Walters of Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates. The voice of the Blue Raiders also wants to be your trusted advisor in real estate. Contact Chip at 615-542-1915 or through his website at choosechip.net. Chip Walters are proud to support youth sports across Middle Tennessee.
Keep going.
All right. Girls basketball action yesterday. Brentwood down to Oakland 47-33. Cheatham County a 47-46 winner over Christ Presbyterian. It was Clarksville 65, White House Heritage 36. Cleveland takes care of Lawrence County 51-39. It was Upperman 46. Columbia Central 23. Doubled up there did the Bees. DeKalb County 56-51 winners over Ezel Harding. It was 52-35. Green Hill over Franklin. Harpeth Hall 56, Westmoreland 44, Lebanon Downs Collierville 48-42, Liberty Creek a 50-36 winner over Joe Burns. Middle Tennessee Christian edged Lipscomb Academy 51-44, and Mount Juliet was a 35-30 winner over Trousdale County. Summertown down Nolensville 54-32, and Page a 39-33 winner over Hillsborough. It was Loretto 45, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 18. Portland 42-19 winners over Hillwood. It was Clarksville Christian 54, Rockvale 49, Rossview 54, Franklin Simpson of Kentucky 48, Whitefield Academy of Kentucky 36-23 over Station Camp, and Blackman down to Stewart's Creek 46-32. Summit 56, Forest 41, and Good Pasture 57-43 winners over White House.
In boys basketball action on Wednesday, it was Independence defeating Bearden 74-62. Ensworth with a 51-47 win over Beach. Franklin Simpson of Kentucky defeated Cane Ridge 66-52. It was Siegel 72, Cascade 57. Clarksville Academy 74. Bullitt East of Kentucky 70. Battleground Academy defeated Columbia Central 53-47. It was CPA 58, Station Camp 55. Cheatham County with a 74-56 win over Creekwood. Davidson Academy down Hunters Lane 56-51. Fayetteville 51, Tennessee Heat 48. Friendship Christian with a 66-24 win over Baker County, Florida. Ooh. James Clements of Alabama 64, Giles County 46.
Just Clements. James Clemens, no T, is in Huntsville. Clements is a different city.
Oh, excuse me.
No problem.
Giles County lost to somebody out of Alabama 64-46. Good Pasture 69, Oakland 58, Mount Pisgah Christian 81, Franklin Grace 44, Hillsborough 80, Lipscomb Academy 78, Lawrence County 73, Ezel Harding 39, Lebanon with a 70-67 win over Pearl Cone. Joe Burns 66, Liberty Creek 57, Loretto 45, University School of Jackson 37, Middle Tennessee Christian 57, Cannon County 53, Stewart's Creek with a 73-54 win over Murfreesboro Central. Nolensville down Summertown 71-63. It was Page 59, Antioch 46. Richland defeated East Hickman 62-32. Franklin with a 66-49 win at Riverdale. Rossview defeated Brainerd 70-50. Westmoreland 74, Smyrna 63, Summit 54, Forest 45, 54-45, Summit over Forest. East Nashville 60, White County 56, Hume Fog 56, White House 46, White House Heritage 53, Russellville, Kentucky 51, and White's Creek with a 52-50 win over Phillips of Alabama.
That's a lot of teams with white in it, so well done getting that all out. Oh, man. Women's basketball action yesterday. Colin Drake's Tennessee State 105-54 winners over Wilberforce. It was Vanderbilt pulling away late against Alabama A&M 76-46. Austin P down at UNC Asheville 64-51. Men's basketball action. Tennessee takes care of Austin P 86-44. It was Middle Tennessee State with a big win over Murray State 83-67. Belmont takes down Buckyball 79-56 over Samford in bowl action last night. Western Kentucky 44-23 winners over South Alabama, and the Predators 2 wins in a row. If they win one more, that's called a winning streak. It has happened. 4-2 winners over Chicago.
Girls basketball action today. Finals. Lawrence County defeated Fayetteville Ware 53-48. East Nashville 47. Stone Memorial 46. Honaker plays Ensworth at
Somewhere,
Forest. Yeah, somewhere at some time. Yeah, at Forest. Glencliff and Mount Pleasant play. Is that at Forest or is that at? I'm sure that's at Lewisburg. Yeah, at Marshall County. Glencliff plays Mount Pleasant at Marshall County High School in Lewisburg at 6 o'clock, followed by Culleoka and the host Lady Tigers at 7:30. In boys basketball action, final Golden Gate of Florida 65, Friendship Christian 58. Tipping off just a bit ago, Crittenden County, Kentucky, and Montgomery Central, also Community and Tennessee Heat. At 3 o'clock, Montgomery Bell Academy is at Briarcrest Christian. No, it can't be.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be playing both.
No, because they're certainly not playing at Briarcrest at 3 and at home against Father Ryan at 5.
That's certainly not happening.
Yeah. And at 5:30 again, somewhere, Glencliff plays Coffee County.
Tomorrow, maybe. Check with your local listings. If you're planning to go to Marshall County for Glencliff, Culleoka at 6 and Mount Pleasant, Marshall County at 7:30, I'd call somebody before I go. That's all I'm saying.
Or just check your street.
If you can't get out of your driveway, don't go. Just saying. Men's basketball action tonight at Memorial, Ingram Court at Memorial. It's Alabama A&M men at Vanderbilt, 3 o'clock on SEC Network. The women yesterday, the men today. NCAA football action this weekend, the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl, Middle Tennessee State, San Diego State. That's an 8 o'clock kick on ESPN. Saturday, the Texans are at the Titans. That's a noon kick on Saturday, folks. Remember that, Saturday on CBS. Tomorrow, the Predators go for that winning streak as they host Colorado. The Avalanche come at puck drop 7 o'clock, Valley Sports South. And Friday, a couple of ESPN nationally televised games for Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. They go to the Suns at 9 o'clock on ESPN Friday, and they will take on the Warriors on ESPN on Sunday. Christmas Day action, ESPN 7 o'clock tip. Ja, Steph, going to be a good one. And that's going to do it for your rundown. Oof. That was actually a smaller rundown than I expected. But I guess obviously when you've got Christmas Eve and Christmas Day on the weekend, it means that you're going to have fewer things going on.
Yeah, I think folks are kind of tapering down just a little bit here. So, yeah.
I ain't mad at them. Not mad at them at all. Our top story today, Mo, I don't know if you've noticed or heard, but NFL Sunday Ticket is leaving DirecTV after 25 years. Headed to YouTube TV.
It's a pretty good get for YouTube.
It's huge, I think. I mean, I think this will drastically change the dynamic of television because, I mean, I can remember in 2010 when I was working as a customer service rep for DirecTV in their call center in Huntsville, Alabama. A lot of folks would call and say, boy, if you didn't have Sunday Ticket, I wouldn't have your service. and it's not gotten much better over the years from what I understand. So my guess is that this is going to be a mass exodus of DirecTV customers, and YouTube is going to see a lot of new faces come in. I hope their servers can handle it.
Well, I'm going to tell you that as long as DirecTV has Bally Sports and specifically the Braves, I will be there. So.
Well, now that I only have to pay $20 a month just to get Bally, they've got a streaming service, and all I've got to do is pay $20 a month. I'm just going to do that. Because I don't need anything else. I mean, so it works out for me now.
There you go.
Others, it may not be the easiest way to go, but yeah, I think, Sunday Ticket is, we've talked about it, Mo, a lot about how, you don't necessarily keep up with everybody, but in where we live, we get some random games sometimes. Out if you're not watching the Titans, who knows?
Tell them what you're going to get, huh?
And so Sunday Ticket is a big deal. I mean, it was $320 something back in 2010. So I'm sure it's even more than that now. But I mean, they just put it on your bill over 12 months. It's not too bad.
$320 over 12 months. That's what, $25 a month?
Yeah, it's not bad. But still, I mean, YouTube is going to be pretty happy with this move. Now,
YouTube is going to be pretty happy with that, and it's going to give them something great to promote too. I mean, so yeah, like I said at the start, that's a in recruiting parlance, that's a great get.
Well, and here's the thing: YouTube TV they don't have Bally either. So for them to kind of do this, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with their sports programming. Are they going to be more into the RSNs and try to make those work? Because there are going to be a lot of people who will not want YouTube TV during baseball season because of that.
Sure.
I mean, why would I pay $20 more for Bally's streaming service and I've got to pay $90 a month for YouTube TV? I'm kind of, in the same boat that I was. I don't know that this is going to work for me, kind of thing. I'm curious to see what YouTube TV does. I'm hoping that they decide to go to a, more open RSN route.
Maybe a sports package in general.
That's what that's kind of what I'm hoping. That's what I think will happen. My guess is, that they can't have NFL and nothing else. And so hopefully, they'll have something that gives you your regional sports networks an option for something like ESPN, NFL Network, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And you just pay either extra for that or just pay for that.
Right.
That's what I would pay for.
I have a question, if y'all wouldn't mind me interrupting.
Sure.
So you know how on Sunday Ticket, NFL Sunday Ticket, you can go to there's listed all the games, but if you go to one, it sometimes says, "Oh, this one is not available actually in your area." Blacked out. I mean, what is that?
Well, it means it's local.
So why would they?
So it's already on your local channel.
Okay, gotcha. But it just confuses me because it's like, here's all the games, you can watch them whenever you want, right here, and then it's like, wait, not this one though. And then not this one. And then again, not this one.
Here's all the games except the game you want to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah. It just means that it's already on your local Fox, or CBS affiliate.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Which sucks because if you are streaming, that means you got to get out of an app.
Yep.
Go to another app.
Yep.
And it's frustrating.
Which is like you go to the app to watch the game, and then they're like. It's like being sent to a different line in the DMV.
And the thing is, it just shouldn't be that hard to watch TV.
Thank you, Mo. Best quote of the day right there.
It shouldn't be that hard. You're right.
Be that hard.
I'll tell you, my dad will tell you the exact same thing. He's so tired of having to switch between, the Dish Network, the actual television part to come to Roku. Just give me what you have. Don't you have the DirecTV stream?
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't, you don't have to go necessarily to a different input on your television. You just have to go to a different app.
Right.
He has to go to a whole different input.
Oh.
And it's frustrating.
The input on the remote. No bueno.
That would not be fun at all.
No. No, it would not.
See,
But,
I'd either throw the remote or turn the TV off or both.
my favorite thing I ever did while working at DirecTV was I talked an 84-year-old woman out of a service call because all she had to do was change the input on her TV. I talked her through it, and she was able to get her TV on, and I'm telling you, she was the most appreciative woman I've ever met in my life. And because it was going to be 2 or 3 days before somebody could get out there, and all they were going to do is press some buttons on her remote.
Oh, it's impossible.
Do what she did in less than 15 minutes.
And I felt, but it took me forever to get her there. But once I did, and she was elated, and I was elated because I was able to get an 84-year-old woman to understand how to change the input on her TV. I mean, this is a lady who grew up changing the TV from, with the little clicker.
This is a lady that grew up changing the TV by going over and turning the knob.
Yeah, getting up, going over there, clicking it 1 or 2 times, and then adjusting the rabbit ears.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's I love Watson Brown. He's amazing, but that is how it is with us when we try, getting on Georgia's show. It's like, all right, you see that button right there?
Yeah, I understand.
Sorry,
don't make fun of Watson.
No, we love Watson.
I respect him tremendously. He would agree with that statement I just said.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Well, we're going to take our first break of the day. Coach's Corner's coming up. We've got Bill Hockenberry coming up. So y'all stick around here on Main Street Sports Today. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50 plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Tennessee. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We will get to it real quick. Coach's Corner is coming up here in just a moment, presented by From the Heart Cafe. But before we do that, Mo, we have to hand out a little hardware, and we've got a couple to hand out as the In to Win Life Team of the Week here in Southern Middle Tennessee is presented by Custom Stone Handlers. And you got a good one.
Summit's wrestling program went up to Delaware last weekend, I guess it was, and placed in the top 25 at the Beast of the East tournament in Newark. There were more than 150 teams represented there up and down the East Coast, and a little bit farther in, like to Thompson Station. But Summit placed in the top 25, and they had 2 medalists. Landon DeSalle finished 8th at 138. Jarvis Little, the defending state champion at 120, placed 4th in that weight class. So the Summit Spartan wrestling team is our To Win Life Southern Middle Tennessee team of the week. And they are currently, their tour continues. They are at the knockout tournament down in Kissimmee. Is that right? Kissimmee,
yeah.
Florida, right now.
What did Della wear, Mo?
Whatever she wanted to, I guess. Yeah. I'm sorry.
A New Jersey.
A New Jersey.
Yeah, that's right. Our Mid Tennessee Bone and Joint Player of the Week. Big one here. And 2 weeks in a row, we've had a 1,000-point scorer.
Yeah. So congratulations to Spring Hill senior Kayshawn Brashear. Scored his 1,000 point in a 32-point performance last week as the Raiders defeated visiting Summertown 85-57. So congrats to KB.
All right. And we go now to Coach's Corner, presented once again by From the Heart Cafe out in Chapel Hill. If you have not been to Chapel Hill to see Renee Hart and the fine folks at From the Heart, we urge you to do so. This next coach, not too far from there, coming the back way anyway. If you were coming towards Columbia, you can come right through there, Coach. Bill Hockenberry joins us now. And, Coach, we appreciate you taking some time.
Good afternoon. I appreciate y'all having me on today.
Well, Coach, when we had set this up, we were getting prepared to talk about the 10-0 Lady Rockets to open the season. And you know what happens to plans. Yesterday afternoon over in Lebanon, the Lady Rockets fall victim to Clarksville Christian 54-49 for their first loss of the season. So hope we didn't jinx you, Coach. But still, I would imagine 10-1 going into the holidays, you got to feel pretty good about the way you guys your young ladies have played to this point.
Absolutely. No, y'all didn't jinx us. It was just one of the days. Clarksville Christian, coached by Trenton Hassel. They played a really good game yesterday, and his daughter Lauren Hassel is one to watch coming up in the future years. She's only an 8th grader, and she's a really, really talented player. But we're really, really excited where we're at. I think we've had a really good season, a lot of contributions from about, we're playing 10 or 11 kids, and I'm really excited about where we can go from here.
Yeah, I noticed I got a chance to see you guys 2 or 3 weeks ago over at Columbia Central. And like you said, you do play a lot of kids. Not a lot of them scored that particular night, but a lot of kids played. And Tony Davis and Kamaria Murray being kind of tops on that list for you. This is a team, the Rockets advanced to the region semifinals, I think it was last year, and really a young program overall, but got to feel, again, building and 10-1 heading into the break right now. Is that deep rotation, is that the key for y'all?
Yes, sir. Starting off with Tony Davis and Kamari Murray, those are 2 of our main leaders. They've both been all district performers for us in the past years. Tony Davis, for those that don't know, is the sister of Renee Alexander that played 4 years at Vanderbilt and is now at Maryland. And she had an older sister that played 4 years at Austin Peay. So she's got, the lineage to play at a high level. And for us, she's the first 4-year players that we're going to have, our seniors. So we've been open 4 years. And she's been a real captain for our team, and she's really led us. The other player you mentioned, Kamaria Murray, a lot of people don't know this, but her mother, Priscilla Robinson, is in the MTSU Hall of Fame in 2 sports for volleyball and basketball, scored over 2,000 points at MTSU. So we have some kids on our team that have had, family members have really high success at the Division I level.
So the genetic pool has been pretty kind to Rockvale girls basketball, then, huh?
Yes, sir. We've been blessed, and their families are very supportive. They understand what it takes to win and compete at the highest level, and we've been the beneficiary of that.
Is
For
that
sure.
is that the bigger impact of players who come from families like that, Coach? That they do get the intangibles, that they do understand what it takes, like you just said, to be successful, not just what they're able to do on the floor, but the attitude and the coachability and that kind of thing. They are hearing that at home.
Absolutely. Obviously, I'm their coach, and they listen to me a lot. But they are getting a lot of it at home. Not and then in Tony's case, not just from her mother, or dad. It's from sisters, that have been through the battles, and they see different things, and they help her out with whatever she needs, that day or that game coming up. So it's been a really good deal for us having, Kamaria and Tony, having these family members that can help them. And I believe that's really been a big part of our success the past couple of years is it's not just for me and our staff, which we do a really good job, but having some outside people that can help us as well. Because sometimes you need to hear that voice that's not a coach on your staff. But when you get home, their parents are telling them the truth, and they've been there and done it, and they understand they're going to listen because they have done it and had success at that highest level.
Bill Hockenberry, girls basketball coach at Rockvale, and you talk about the lineage there. Rutherford County girls basketball, specifically Riverdale, has been a long-standing traditional power in the state, and it has to be something that even as a new school, you guys can kind of lean on and say, hey, we want to carry that torch of Rutherford County girls basketball throughout the state, because people expect you guys to be pretty good.
Absolutely. And we embrace it. We talk about it being the best district, not just in the state of Tennessee, but when we talk to college coaches, they talk about it being the toughest district for years in the country. And that's kind of what we embrace, that kind of stuff. We want to be competitive and have success in that kind of district. And that's kind of how we schedule. We try to go play as good a competition as we can. Like we've already been this year to Jacksonville, Florida, and played a couple of teams down there. We've played Columbia and Ravenwood and Beach. Clarksville Christian yesterday was a really good opponent. We're going to the next level at CPA next week, playing some good teams. But the level of competition in our district is it makes you have to go play those kind of teams if you want to have success. And I'm just going to be honest, we hear a lot of times, about the success that Blackman has had, and the success that Riverdale has had, and success that Oakland has had. And our kids are really hungry and excited about putting Rockvale on the map and hopefully establishing Rockvale as the next school to have some success in Rutherford County.
And that's a heck of a goal to have, but you've got to, like you said, have that buy-in from those kids to do what has to be done to get there. Because again, you talk Blackman, Riverdale, Oakland, all of those teams have been state tournament participants here over the last 5 years or so. So it's definitely an uphill battle, I would think, on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely. Like I said, we embrace it. We embrace the challenge of getting to those level of those teams. Last year, we won 22 games, got to the region semifinals, and we played Oakland, and we had beat Oakland in regular season at 20 points at their place. They beat us in a last second shot at the buzzer at our place. And in that game, we were up 6 with about 2.5 minutes to go, and it just didn't go our way. We had some unfortunate things happen, missed some free throws, and Oakland goes on and goes to the state tournament. And we felt like that was that we could have done it last year, but I also feel like we learned a lot from that point, that we understand we can't take anything for granted and we have to start finishing games. I think last year that was our Achilles heel, was in close games. We didn't close it out. But this year, other than yesterday, we have closed out every single game we've been in, from the summer to the preseason and into the regular season. And I think that's the characteristic that we took from what we learned last year in that region semifinal against Oakland. And when we get in close games, we are focused and we finish them off now.
Coach, you mentioned, you have a very seasoned roster, a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, but you got a 6'2" freshman. And
yes,
that probably has to be the best of both worlds. 6'2" is great, but freshman, there's going to be some inexperience that comes with that. What's it like trying to handle a girl of that stature, but also kind of immature in, at least, physically?
Absolutely. We're talking about Kyla Crawford, a 6'2" freshman, and she's been a really big piece for us.
I was like, Kyla, I'm gonna let you talk about it.
It's Kyla. But she, the thing about Kyla is she plays high level basketball, and she plays for FBC in the summer. And one of her coaches is Coach Moore at Columbia, and so she has been taught the right way. So when we put her into the games, she's played high level competition, and we know she can help. She can produce for us. We have another freshman named Isabella Wright, number 24. She's a point guard, the backup point guard for us. She also plays at the highest level in AAU and plays up and plays against that kind of competition. And that's what's been exciting for me this year with this team. We have these upperclassmen: Kamari Murray, Tony Davis, Annabelle Marlin, Kamariana Tavares, that have been with us for a while. But we also have this new group of young sophomores and freshmen: Aiden Wilkerson, Kyla Crawford, Isabella Wright, that have really made it fun to coach and have really given us big sparks on this season. And honestly, we would not be where we are if we hadn't had the contributions they've given us to this point.
Bill Hockenberry, girls basketball coach at ROCKVALE, joining us here on Coach's Corner, presented by From the Heart Cafe over in Chapel Hill. And, Coach, you were talking about lineages on your roster. You neglected to mention yours as the son of longtime Rutherford County coach George Hockenberry, who had a lot of success through the years over there. I mean, how much did that background help you, particularly in stepping in at ROCKVALE behind Lindy King, who got that program started?
Absolutely. I'm thankful every single day to have grown up with him being my dad, and I've leaned on him tremendously in these 3 years. He had a lot of success. He started out at Cascade and Tullahoma, and then he came and had some really good years at Oakland. And people probably don't remember this, but he was the very first coach at Blackman High School. So he is somebody that I can lean on. He understands kind of what we're going through. He was there for the first 4 years. So he has been able to help me kind of establish what we've done. And you mentioned Lindy King. Lindy King laid a good foundation for us the first year, and she had a opportunity to go that she needed to take with her family, and and I was able to come in. But my dad has really helped me. Won over 500 high school games, over his years. So I lean on him a lot, and he's really helped me, especially establishing a program and establishing winning. And I think that's the hardest thing to do when you're starting a new program or a new school, is establish that winning mentality. Because I know when I took over 3 years ago, there were 4 really good top 10 in the state kind of teams: Stewart's Creek, Blackman, Oakland, and Riverdale. And for us to get over the hump, it's taken baby steps. The first year we beat Stewart's Creek to go to the region, which was a big deal for our program. And then last year we beaten Oakland and Riverdale, and we were very close with Blackman. And so Blackman is kind of like the last little, in that league that we haven't beaten yet, and we know we know what we have to do to get there. But establishing the winning culture and what it takes to win, that's the hardest thing. And I've just been lucky enough, to be around my dad. I grew up around Randy King. I played for Randy King at Oakland. Kevin Woodson and Gary Johnson were the coaches there as well. I also, was lucky enough to coach with Chris Harris at Siegel when he was over there, and the athletic director in Rutherford County now. And I coached a really successful team at Laverne High School with Jeremy Moore and Michael Cooey. And right after Coach Workman had gone to Morehead State, and then I coached at Smyrna Middle School for a while. But while I was there, I got to help my really good friend Drew Maddox at CPA. So I was the one that was doing a lot of the scout and advanced scouting for CPA, and I got to learn so much from Drew about culture, what it takes to win. How to establish the winning culture in your locker room, and it really did help me in taking this job.
Played at Oakland. Do you have a Gary Johnson imitation? Can you imitate Coach Johnson?
I do have a Gary Johnson. This is all the players that played for Coach Johnson understand. Like, the referees never knew when he was mad at them, but we could all hear him because he would be mumbling under his breath, and we would dying out there on the court. He would say, "Well, use your wet noodle. Get your arm out there. Use your wet noodle." That's what he used to always say with that little hoarse voice. But I'm gonna tell you right now, he was one of the best basketball coaches and minds I've ever been around. There's stuff that he taught me that I use every single day. Coach King, I actually saw him yesterday. I use a lot of the things that they did, and Coach Woodson, he's now helping Cascade girls this year. We actually played them, and he's helping their girls and their boys. And so it's just kind of, it's been really good to see them. And they all talked to me about the start we've gotten off to and what we did last year. But it's been really good to be able to talk to them and talk about Rockvale basketball.
Lineage goes a long way, both on the floor and on the sidelines. Bill Hockenberry, the third-year girls basketball coach at Rockvale, joining us here on Coach's Corner, presented by From the Heart Cafe over in Chapel Hill. Coach, appreciate you taking some time with us this afternoon, and enjoy the holidays. And I'm just glad that it was your girls against Clarksville Christian's girls and not you against Trenton.
Well, all right. So the coaches meeting, they always have the AD meeting or whatever. And, I was looking over there, I was like, man, it's a good thing it's not a one-on-one contest because I'd been in trouble.
Hey, Coach, where is the tournament that you guys are playing in after Christmas?
We are playing at CPA. It's called the Next Level Nashville Tournament. We're going to play Starkville Academy, Mississippi on Wednesday, Providence Christian Academy on Thursday, and Harding Academy on Friday.
So you and Providence are going over to Old Hickory Boulevard to play.
We actually are. Yes, we are. And I actually live right beside Providence Christian. It would be better for me to play at Providence, but we're going up there. Some great people, Kevin Maggard and Becky Legate up there at CPA, some of my best friends. So we're looking forward to going up there and seeing them.
That'll be a great.
One other thing, Mo. One other thing, Mo, before I go, I'm about to go in here in a second. I run the scoreboard for Vanderbilt. Men are playing Alabama A&M today. And I was supposed to tell you from Chuck Morris. Hello. Chuck's doing the book with me. And I got Pat Woolsey, Gene Keenan, and Milton Francis working with us.
So, you've got the all-star crew. Have fun with that.
So we're looking forward to that here in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, tell Coach Stackhouse I said hey.
I will do it. I will do it. I definitely will.
On Twitter. Yeah.
I will tell him. I will tell him for you.
All right, man. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.
All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.
All right.
That was phenomenal. That's an all-star crew for sure right there, man.
No doubt.
Chuck and Woolsey. That's always fun. Hey, real quick before we get to this high school segment, Mo, Donovan Stewart, Main Street Preps, just posted a story on mainstreetpreps.com that current Ensworth linebackers coach Dean Kokinos is headed to Knox Catholic. And I know that sounds weird, but Dean Kokinos was the head coach of the Nashville Cats and the Alabama Vipers.
Okay, I knew I recognized that name, and I couldn't place where I knew it from. Okay, all right.
So, and most recently at Innsworth, that's the
There you go.
linebackers coach.
Over there with Rock.
So
yeah,
that's a pretty solid get for Knox Catholic, I would think. So
no doubt. Yeah. So
interesting hire. Full story on mainstreetpreps.com. You can go check that out. We're going to take a quick break. Titans welcome the Texans this weekend. We'll revisit what Teresa Walker told us yesterday and dive more into what we expect to see Saturday when Houston comes to town. So stick around. College football bowls are not coming up next, but they will be coming up in just a minute. That will be happening later. I promise. Stick around. Main Street Sports Today, right after this. This is Chris Yow with Main Street Sports Today. Every show, Mo Patton and I welcome friends from all across the sports landscape, from high school coaches and reporters to national, college, and pro sports personalities. You never know who might stop by for a chat. AP Tennessee sports editor, three-time Tennessee Sports Writer of the Year 2020 TSWA Hall of Famer. She covers the Titans, the Predators, the Grizzlies, college football, and hoops. Please make welcome Teresa Walker.
Former University of Tennessee, former Team USA Olympian, ex-Cy Young Award winner, R.A. Dickey. R.A., did I miss anything?
Man, that was sweet. Yeah, I need to listen to that before I go to bed every night. That was nice.
Has 5 sports Emmys. That's not bad for the other guy in Wham, Ryan McGee.
The other guy in Wham married the best looking girl Bananarama, so the other guy in Wham had a pretty good life.
From preps to pros, we're taking on the sports topics you care about. Tune in across Main Street Media social platforms at 2 p.m. or on demand on your podcast distribution platform of choice. Oh, welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Mo, before we get into the Titans, you scrolling through Twitter,
as we are wont to do.
Have
you seen it?
I've not seen this, so I'm very excited to see what we've got going on. But Mo has come up with a video that apparently is worth watching. So we're going to break in here and react to whatever this is. I'm looking forward to it.
Inbound pass stolen. It's Jamison Battle. Battle's got a 2-on-1. This is deflected, and it goes in.
What?
Oh, my goodness. Inbound pass stolen. It's Jamison Battle.
Let's see this one more time. Okay.
This is deflected.
So he threw it up. The guy puts his arms up to block the pass.
No, he didn't throw it up. He was trying to throw a pass, and it bounced off dude's head.
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh, so it bounced off his head. I thought the defender, when he threw his hands up, had deflected it, but he went off his head. That's phenomenal.
Off the heezy, as they say.
Oh, that's so great. that is Jose Canseco.
Right, exactly.
Esque.
For 3.
For 3. That's amazing. Like, what do you do? Because, when you're an official, you're supposed to put the 3 up. And
look, the guy shooting it doesn't even get excited.
He's like, oh, okay, we'll go around. And neither of the officials, as you can see, they're looking at each other. So that the guy running down the court on the far side there, he doesn't put his arms up. This guy is looking at him like, hey, what just happened? Nobody really knows what happened.
I'm surprised none of the players are acting like that was something that they're acting like that just was a 3, and he's like,
yeah, they're all just nonchalant about it.
Yeah,
except this guy up in the bleachers.
Oh, I would have been freaking out.
Wait, we got to see the guy in the bleachers. Hold on, where?
Oh,
I see him on the end line.
Yeah,
on the end line. That's phenomenal.
See if I can pause it right when he.
That is a heck of a. He's just standing there like, what? YMCA.
There we go. That's my contribution to the show today, right there.
That was a good one. I did not see that coming. Okay. Well, again, I want to revisit a little bit of what we talked about with Teresa Walker yesterday, because Teresa mentioned that the entry list was 18 players long. That's a lot. In case you're wondering. For the uninitiated out there, that's
for those who may not know, 18 on the injured list is a lot, and it's not good.
perhaps unprecedented. I would like to know what the record is. I can tell
Whatever
you
the
what
record is, I would say the Titans have set it at some point, either last year or this year.
We didn't mention this on the show at any point, but I don't know what the record is in the NBA, but I know who said it. And that was the Miami Heat when they put their entire team on the injury report.
You got us once, you won't get us again, said the Heat. Yeah.
Apparently the Heat failed to put someone on the injury report in a game, and they were fined for doing so. So the next game after the fine, they put everybody on their team on the injury report with some sort of injury, whether it was an ankle, a toe, a pinky.
Do they hate winning?
It was so great. Well, I mean, you can play if you're on the injury report. You just so they just put everybody on it, and that, my friends, is a level of petty to which I aspire.
Absolutely. And see, the thing is, that's not individual pettiness right there. That's organizational.
That's organizational.
You had to have some buy-in on that one. Somebody had to say, we're going to do this, and somebody else had to say, yeah.
You're right. A meeting is taking place.
You know?
Golly. Oh, well, as someone on Twitter put earlier, I forgot who it was. Someone said, Dylan Radins gave us 10 great snaps of quality left tackle play and then promptly went on the injury list for the season he's done for the year. And if that's not a microcosm of this Tennessee Titans team, I don't know. I don't know what is.
I think it was Mike Herndon that actually posted that.
Tweeter.
But yeah.
Great follow on Twitter.
Yeah, he's a good follow for Titan stuff for sure.
Far better.
Yeah, I mean it's really bizarre, and I know Teresa said yesterday that you've got to kind of look at who it is that you brought in when you start evaluating those injuries, and maybe there's something to that from a standpoint that they brought in some guys who were injured when they got here, but there are some guys who have gotten injured once they've been here as well, and it's just odd.
So I didn't get to the statistic yesterday, but I counted 18 people on the injury list. I think four of them were full participation. So that knocks you down to 14. 2 of those 14 were non-injury related for why they didn't practice or why they were limited.
Okay, so that's 10.
That's
12. Sorry. Yeah.
9 of the 12 left had lower leg injuries, either knee or ankle. That, to me, seems like a problem.
Do you mean a problem like with this, like the staffing or how we're working out those?
With some sort of strength and conditioning type.
And I'm not putting all the blame on the strength and conditioning.
Just a lot.
But I do think that it has something to do with it because nobody else in the league is dealing with this.
To this degree.
Nobody.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the strength and conditioning staff has to do with a defender falling across the back of Ryan Tannehill's ankle in the middle of a run. I mean,
no, yeah, Tannehill's sure, and some of these are going to be,
just game related. Stuff happens. It just seems to be happening a lot to the Titans,
right? And look, let's put that on the offensive line, right? I mean, and they're all on the injury report, as Teresa said.
Ben Jones and Nate Davis both out for Saturday, by the way.
So
I have a question.
And Radins. So who plays? Who's going to play on the line? We already weren't very good, and those two were the best you got.
Here's a question. For all the people that get hurt, why is it never the bad players? Why does Dennis Bailey not get hurt? Probably because he ain't hitting nobody. I don't know.
Well, because that's it.
He's
Because
very careful.
he's very careful to not touch anything or anyone.
Or anyone.
I have a question for y'all real quick. Sorry again to interrupt,
for
but at what point does it become, or does it become or turn from unlucky to a staff problem?
Or right about now.
Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Is there a line, or is it just unlucky forever?
I think that we are transitioning away from unlucky as we speak to something else.
See, I thought I had a conversation with my dad about this, and he says that there's nothing you could do. Kind of and it's a freak accident kind of thing.
Yeah, but when freak accidents continue
exactly
to happen,
right,
then you can't just continue to write it off as freak accidents, I don't think.
And if you don't change something, just even if it's just something to do with that program, then that's the definition of insanity in my eyes.
It's certainly Einstein's.
Mhm.
I mean, you have to strengthen those joints. There is a way to strengthen the muscles around your knees and ankles to make them more susceptible to NFL level hits. It can be done. Everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't feel like the Titans are getting hit any differently than anybody else is. I don't know. It's just
except
odd.
for Tannehill, who's taken plenty of shots.
Man, that guy gets hit a lot.
What is the key this weekend? Is it just, you now have to deal with a backup line, an entire line that's, going to be shifted around, because I'm guessing they're going to go back to who's the left guard that played center while Ben was out last time?
Good question.
Brewer?
Yeah, they'll go to Brewer.
Isn't Brewer hurt? I'm pretty sure he is.
Well, they're all hurt.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, you were saying that. Okay, gotcha.
Aaron Brewer.
Yes.
Right.
So, guess you go to him with him and Petit Frere is on the injury report. Now, I don't know. He's the right tackle currently. I legitimately don't know who's going to play offensive line.
I don't know if they do either. I think they're going to have a meet and greet tonight, and all of
I mean, is Vince Papale available?
Oh man, I don't know. This is making me.
I mean, should we have open tryouts at this point? Who could play guard? You know who could play guard right now?
Bruno Reagan.
Thank you.
Can you
call the man?
Can you please explain to people that joke you just said about Vince Papale, because it was very overlooked and it was hilarious.
Vince Papale was signed to the Eagles off of an open tryout.
The Mark Wahlberg
At receiver, not offensive line.
Yes.
Well, we need those too, Mo.
Go get Vince Papale. That's a tweet. Go get Vince Papale. Fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll take any of them. We need them all. But
now here's
Reagan
the thing.
can play.
Here's the thing.
Now.
You got to be sure you get Vince Papale and not Mark Wahlberg.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
You gotta
distinction.
You have to make that distinction.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bruno actually did get hurt in his final game with Tampa Bay last year, which no longer exists, by the way. They are now the Memphis Showboats. But as you guys had that conversation while I was gone, and I'm very jealous about it.
Timing is everything, dog.
Timing is everything. But that being said, seriously, he's here. If he's got to be healthier than half the people on your team.
It's tough to get hurt behind a microphone.
Ooh.
So
he should be good to go. Call the man. I got his number.
We had
I was about to say,
if you had him on a show on one of the morning shows that you were out with baby duties. Bruno, I'm talking about Bruno Reagan, right?
Yeah.
Yep. He was on. He said he was ready to go.
Oh. Well, there we go.
he's playing for the USFL.
I'm tweeting it now. Is Bruno Reagan available for to sign with the Titans? I'm tweeting it right now.
Do it.
Hashtag it and tag him.
I tagged him. I mean,
Yeah.
We should all bombard him just to annoy him really bad.
We should. But I mean, the point that I'm getting at is Teresa said, "Hey, 4 games in a row, Derrick Henry's run for 200 yards against the Texans. He's going to have to break a lot of tackles to get to 200 on Saturday."
Yeah, because I don't know. There's going to be a lot of early contact behind this offensive line. You feel like,
and you know that they're not going to want him. Like, if anything, the Texans tomorrow, the whole week, they have been saying to themselves, "We're not letting this man do this again to us."
Right. I mean, he's going to be public enemy number 1 for the Texans defense, and so, I mean, which would seem to indicate that there's a lot of opportunities in play action.
I got some breaking news
Saturday.
Just saw on Twitter, Jim Wyatt, the Titans have placed Ben Jones and cornerback Terrence Mitchell on injured reserve.
Oh, they're done for the year.
Done for the year.
Man.
I know.
Okay, so at Titans Breakdown tweeted yesterday that assuming that Ben Jones, Nate Davis, and Dylan Radins are out this week, which they are, our offensive line would look something like this against the Texans. Petit Frere at right tackle, Corey Levin at right guard, Aaron Brewer at center, Dennis Daly moving inside to left guard. That should be interesting.
Wow.
And LaRaven Clark getting the start at left tackle.
Okay,
did they just sign Clark off the practice squad or to the practice squad?
So.
You know, that line doesn't sound horrible. I like Levin.
I'm just wondering, as bad as Daly has been at tackle, what's he going to be like at guard?
Well, there's a little you're not dealing with edge rushers most of the time, so that's a positive.
Point, Chris. Good point.
But still, I mean, I don't know that he's going to be any good at that either.
Well, it's going to be defensive tackles running past him instead of defensive ends.
Well, I would say that
at least he can chip them though.
He would get more of a bull rush, wouldn't he?
You'll get more bull rush more so than
maybe
stunts.
He can handle that. He's a big guy. God, please. Please. Just stand there and don't move.
They'll blow in the 9th.
They're like, we can bull rush, we can go around them, and it don't matter.
Yeah, those edge rushers are going to be stunting.
Man.
Inside,
just to get a shot at Daly.
You're right. They're not even going to go to the edge. They're going to do the inside. Yeah, the inside move.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And you know what? Social media might have something to do with that. As far as like, if I was an opposing player, opposing defensive back, and I went on Titans Twitter and saw all that Dennis Daly slander, I would be like, okay, well, I'm going after that guy.
There we go.
That's the guy.
Well, if they've watched any film, they don't need.
They know that.
They don't need social media. Yeah.
Very good point.
I don't think the Titans can win Saturday.
I mean, just the way the Texans has taken the Chiefs to the overtime last week or 2 weeks ago, and then
the Titans took the Chiefs to overtime.
I know, but they're
with a backup quarterback.
Actually, you're right. You're right. I'm freaking out.
But I agree with you. I see your concern for sure, Justin.
They're trying to wreck people's seasons.
That's all they got left.
I know.
And if I don't the number 1 draft pick.
That's true. Yeah. I really hope, man. I really hope we win. Or the Titans, my bad.
I hope they don't. As I said yesterday, I just assume we just lose out.
You're not a glass half empty guy. There's no glass.
No, I'm.
The glass is broken and the beverage is all over the table. Yeah,
and deal with it next year. Let's get a decent draft pick out of this.
Who would you go? A line?
Absolutely. Well, depending on if there's one available, yes. If there's a first round graded draft offensive lineman available, yes. Because
I think it's a best available draft for the Titans at this point. Because I mean, where do they not need help?
There you go. That's you know what? That's gonna be
linebacker. If everyone's healthy,
yeah. Dave
Right.
Long. Yeah, Dave Long.
you get Long, Cunningham, Dylan Cole may
Si-
be out as well.
Did we sign? Didn't we just extended Dontrell Hilliard, right? Because we picked him over Deontay Foreman.
Yeah,
Correct.
that was a great choice. Jeez,
He was the
just another feather in the cap of John Robinson.
Seriously, Deontay Foreman is a monster.
Anyway, we need to take a break because we've
Yes.
got games we need to pick, and so we're going to do that.
All right.
We'll take a break. It's our last break of the holiday season.
Here we go.
So, yeah. Yep, you were there. There you go. Coming up next, college football bowl picks. Stick around. Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint, is back after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Tennessee. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the TSSAA.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think about calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone.
Welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Time to make some picks. Let's do it.
If you say so.
Yeah, we messed up yesterday. Yesterday missed that one pretty bad.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Western Kentucky and Austin Reed were no joke.
I don't blame us. I blame South Alabama.
They screwed up everything, man. Alabama was still going into that.
Yeah. So
we were feeling good, I thought.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So how many are
clearly not? We start 10, I think.
10? Okay. All right.
All right. Get a new sheet. We start with the Hawaii Bowl. Oh, yeah. You'll need to get there. We start with the Hawaii Bowl, and that is MTSU and San Diego State, the Fighting Brady Hoaks. And MTSU 1.5-point dogs in this one.
1.5?
Who's first?
Justin can go first.
You froze there a little bit, Chris, but I'm assuming you said that it's cool if I go first.
Justin.
I said you can go first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cool. So I will go Hawaii. Is that what you said? Oh, it's the
Hawaii's
Hawaii
not
Bowl.
playing.
Hawaii's not
It's
playing.
the Hawaii Bowl.
Why do you guys even let me on this show? I'm just kidding.
Cut his mic.
As you could see, I was trying to figure out my camera situation. So could you repeat who's playing?
I did.
Apologize.
It's
It's all good.
MTSU
Middle
and
Tennessee
San Diego
and
State.
San Diego
Oh,
State.
gotta go with the Blue Raiders. Gotta go with the Blue Raiders.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah.
believe I said Hawaii, especially like that. That was awful.
I'm picking against us. I'm going San Diego State and hoping that that's the magic key for Middle to win.
Well, I'm going with MTSU, and once they win, then we're going to march you through the town square and shame you. That's it. Shame.
No, remember, I'm picking against them so that they win.
Right. Whatever you want to tell yourself, Chris, man, we'll have Chip on here.
This is
what he says.
Dude, Mo, what is it about our producers and breaking bobbleheads?
Oh, no.
He was like this. So this is a very
Look
small.
at his bobblehead is just it's like
He's leaning a little bit.
That's an old hockey injury.
He looks like he's from Night at the Roxbury.
So this was given to me
Yeah.
by Greg Johnson at the I cannot remember where it was, but it was somewhere in Nashville. He was given to me, the first bobblehead I ever got. I was about this big.
And
he's been through some things. I'll say.
It looks like.
We go now to Monday, 1:30, Quick Lane Bowl. New Mexico State 1.5-point favorite over Bowling Green. I got to go BG here.
I would like to second that, sir. What's
New
the weight?
Mexico
Spread's 1.5.
State is a 1.5-point favorite. Is that what you said?
Correct. New Mexico State is a 1.5-point favorite. Both of these teams are 6-6. So good luck.
I'm going with the team from the MAC. I'm going Bowling Green.
Are you still, Chris, still doing the pick
The
against
system?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yes.
picking ones that you don't actually think will win.
Yeah, I'm going. The system has a record.
Right,
It's not good right now.
What did you do? Did y'all take Bowling Green, both of you?
Yes,
baby.
Right now, the system is 7-6.
Okay. How we do last week?
I don't know.
Last week, Chris, you were 7-5. Justin, you were 3-9, and I was 6-6. So,
well, we picked on Wednesday.
And
we
then
picked yesterday.
Four yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
So and we all lost it. So add one to the loss column on that.
Oh yeah.
3-9 just doesn't look good on paper.
3-10 looks worse.
Tuesday at 11 a.m. on ESPN down in Montgomery, Georgia Southern, Buffalo, Camellia Bowl. Georgia Southern 4.5-point favorites.
Where's the bowl at?
In Montgomery. I just said this.
I was just thinking. Sorry, you said Buffalo. You said a lot of cities right there. Okay, I just. To be fair,
it's Georgia Southern playing Buffalo in Montgomery. There we go.
We're never going to get through this because Justin is so lost.
No,
I'm
we're
like
good.
sports,
We're
right?
good.
That's
This is the third of 10 games. We'll be fine.
I'm going to go Buffalo.
You're taking Buffalo?
Yes.
Okay.
I got Clay
taking
Helton.
Georgia Southern.
Yeah. I got Clay Helton.
I'll only ask questions unless they're absolutely necessary.
No. I mean, Clay Helton has to win after what Tyson Helton did last night, or else,
Or else, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. All
right. Tuesday, 2:15 on ESPN. It is the Utah State Aggies in the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl. Utah State and Memphis. Memphis, a 10.5 point favorite.
Oh. I like that. They're coming off a win, aren't they? Memphis?
I don't know if they're coming off a win or not, but it has been Ryan Silverfield has caught a lot of flack this fall, and I think he and those kids are going to be motivated. I'm going with hashtag stripe them up. Give me the Tigers in this one.
I'm going to go, or sorry, go ahead, Chris. You got it.
I just like the hashtag. It's a cool hashtag.
Yeah, me too.
I like it.
Oh.
I'm going to go with the Memphis Tigers as well.
I'm going with Utah State.
Okay.
10.5 is a lot of points.
10.5 is a lot of points, but I think you're right, Mo. I think they're going to rally.
I think they're going to rally. All right.
Tuesday, 5:45 on ESPN, Coastal Carolina and whoever's coaching them will take on East Carolina, who has a standing reservation in this bowl in Birmingham at the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl. I've seen East Carolina play in this bowl 3 times.
Wow.
Really?
And it's only been a thing for like 10 years.
What's the record in that?
Yeah, 0-3 because they've played SEC schools every time. They lost to Florida, South Carolina, and somebody else.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna go ahead and I know it might not be my turn, but
I can't figure out why the two are playing in Birmingham. I mean, it's Coastal Carolina, East Carolina. Heck, they're both on the eastern seaboard of the Carolinas. Let's just figure out a place closer at home.
It's a carpool.
Because you'd rather be in Birmingham than either of those places. What's the number, Chris?
7.5 in favor of the Pirates.
The Pirates are a 7.5 point favorite.
Yes, home of the Kemp.
I'm gonna go. Sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I've been interrupting every single person. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm gonna go 4 Falls of Buffalo. They're going for 0-4 at the bowl game. I'm going against.
So you're going Coastal?
I'm going Coastal.
Well, East Carolina could still win and not cover.
That's true. That's true.
Here's the thing. Grayson McCall is probably not going to play.
Actually, Grayson McCall is playing.
Well, then Coastal Carolina is my pick. Where did you see that? I hadn't seen it. I hadn't looked.
He announced that he was going to finish what he started before he went into the portal.
Ooh.
Oh, good for him.
How close up until bowl game can I guess you can do it the night before, right? Like if you're, for example, if Hendon Hooker was going to go to the draft, could he say the night before, I'm not playing in the bowl game? I'm going.
Oh, you could, but if you're not going to play in the bowl game, then most likely you're not going to take part in the preparation for said game.
Gotcha. Yeah, you wouldn't practice with the ones and then leave your team. Yeah.
For
sure. I'm going to go Coastal then. If Grace McCall is playing, then Coastal covers a 7.5.
So here's the thing. Grayson McCall is going to play, but Jamie Chadwell is not going to coach. And East Carolina getting to play a non-SEC team in this thing, I'm going with the Pirates.
Who are the
East
Carolina? We're going with
Carolina.
Eastern. Okay, all right.
Tuesday, 9:15, the nightcap. Tuesday's going to be a great day, by the way. Put it on ESPN, sit in front of the couch, and don't move.
Don't dare.
Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Wisconsin, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is the dog in this one. 2.5 points in favor of the Badgers.
Ooh.
I don't see that happening. Wisconsin doesn't have its quarterback. I know Oklahoma State's been terrible, but
Wisconsin doesn't have its quarterback. It doesn't have its coach.
Or its coach.
I mean, I typically when I pick Oklahoma State, I wind up paying for it, but I'm going to take Oklahoma State.
It's kind of hard not to.
I agree. I agree 1,000% with that, Mo. Every part of it. I always get in trouble financially betting on them, but I have to bet on them.
Yeah. So okay.
What was the spread again?
2.5.
Oh, and they're dogs, right? Yeah.
Yes.
OSU for sure.
All right.
Did you pick Chris?
Wednesday.
did.
Yeah, I picked Oklahoma State. Gotcha. Wednesday at 1:00, UCF, Duke. This will be a good one. Military Bowl presented by Paraton. UCF 3.5-point favorites. I'm going to go with the Knights here on that one.
You know, I isn't Duke's not bad, right?
Duke's good.
That's
Duke's
what I heard.
good.
I swear I've heard that throughout this season that Duke is not bad. I'm going to go with Duke.
Okay.
Just because I'm a follower and I listen to.
I really want to go with Duke, but the UCF has made me pay on a few occasions this fall, so I'm going to go with the Knights.
They got depth, man. I feel like they get the players that I just am thinking of Last Chance U whenever they picked up all of the all those players when Lane Kiffin was there. I'm thinking of the same school.
No, that's not. That was FAU.
Okay, let's back it.
It's another Florida school.
That's a different Florida school. This is where Gus Malzahn is coaching. So you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get. Wednesday at 4:30 in Memphis, the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Kansas and Arkansas.
You know, diverging just a second. I had to go look at a map. You realize they don't border?
They don't?
Yes, I did know that.
Since when? I'm just kidding.
since never.
Not never.
When did they move?
Yeah.
Kansas is the 4.5-point dog here.
Okay.
If KJ Jefferson is playing, he's going to run rampant over Kansas.
That's the whole thing. That's what it all boils down to for me. Is KJ Jefferson playing?
Is that a Googleable thing? Because I can Google it right now.
I mean, you can Google it now.
Whether you
get an answer,
and that kind of defeats this whole game or this whole thing, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, and this kind of goes back to the conversation we were having earlier this week. Yeah.
He announced Friday he's coming back next year. So
was that the concern?
I
guess he's playing.
So there you go. Arkansas it is. 4.5-point favorites.
Unanimously. That means, folks, if you're watching, go the opposite.
Go Kansas. Lions league what it is.
Rock chalk.
Wednesday at 7. This may be one of the better bowl games of the season. San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl. When has the Holiday Bowl not been good? For one,
not never.
The Holiday Bowl is always intriguing. You've got North Carolina and Oregon.
Ooh, there's gonna be
Drake
some fights.
May, Bo Nix,
the ninth-year tight end.
The 9th year tight end out of Oregon. Drake May and Bo Nix are going to be Heisman front runners next season.
Please tell me Bo Nix is playing another season.
Yes, he is. He's coming back.
He's
what
already
year is he in?
This will be his 5th year.
Oh, really? Okay. I just remember seeing him at Ole Miss, and now he's been okay. I thought he was like 35 years old.
No, well, he played as a true freshman when he went to Auburn. So,
Auburn, I meant, yeah. Gotcha.
But I mean, he's been playing since he stepped on campus.
What's the number, y'all?
And then you got the COVID year. 9.5 into the Ducks.
The Ducks catching 9.5.
I like that.
Heels.
I'm going.
Yeah,
I
got the Tar Heels too. Yeah.
Quack.
What you got, Justin?
Chicken.
Oh, you got the.
I'm going Ducks, baby.
Ducks.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, okay.
Against the green.
I'm telling Watson. Not only have you made fun of Watson's age today, but now you're picking against his brother. We're telling on you.
Please don't, Watson. He'll be like, he'll literally show up to the office. He always does. Sometimes he'll just randomly show up, and I'll be like, "Hey, what's happening?"
Just walk in, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll see his face, and I'll be like, "I'm so sorry. I love."
Hey, next time, tell him next time he comes to bring some Raising Cane's with him.
I will. You're right. That's a really good plan.
The only one in Tennessee is in Cookeville.
Is in Cookeville?
Right. I think there's one in Hendersonville now. They're building one. They're building one.
Well,
there's a Cane's in Cookeville.
Yeah, we will literally drive the hour and a half it takes to get over there, 2 hours to go to get Raising Cane's.
Let's get a MiFi. Let's get in the car and we'll do a road trip and the show at the same time.
Let's go.
We
got one One final game, the Tax Act Texas Bowl. Texas Tech, 3.5-point dogs to the Ole Miss Rebels. The Black Bears, the Land Sharks.
You know what?
What's the number?
3.5 in favor of the Rebs.
Ole Miss a 3.5 favorite.
I got to go Pat Mahomes alumni. Or what is it again, Mo?
Alma mater.
Alma mater. Thank you.
There you go. So
Alma mater.
I'll get it. I'll get it one day.
I got to go Ole Miss here.
Really? Well, I guess they'll be playing for, the last hoorah. So that does make sense. They will be.
I don't know. I feel like if it's a close game, the Judkins kid is going to have an impact.
The thing. I don't think they can stop Evans or Judkins.
But I'm not sure Ole Miss can stop Texas Tech. I mean, I'm going to take Ole Miss, but it's a shaky take, I guess.
I'm very biased because of the LSU Ole Miss game. I can't get it out of my head when I think of Ole Miss.
I understand.
Well, 80% of the general public are on Ole Miss.
So you're saying that
So I'm saying Texas Tech is probably going to win.
But you're taking Ole Miss?
I'm taking Ole Miss.
There we go.
All right. There you go. That is the pick'em for the day. Before we get out of here, folks, we missed it yesterday. We didn't have enough time, but we're going to go and get you the weirdest and wildest news from across the world on Wild and Wacky Wednesday. Justin?
I don't have that song on here.
Oh,
I
man.
know. It's on the other memory card.
I was going to give you
I'm so sorry.
Give you a chance to play the cool music. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Oh, that's so disappointing. I'm so sorry.
Here we go, fellas. We start. Let's see. Can I get this one up? Yep. Straight out of a National Lampoon's movie. A North Carolina family got a pre-holiday surprise when a squirrel took up residence inside their Christmas tree.
Oh.
The squirrel managed to get inside the house where it encountered the family dog, who chased it until it jumped inside the tree to escape the dog.
Oh,
that sounds about right. I mean,
well,
if we're being honest, that sounds about right.
At least the dog didn't jump inside the tree too.
Good point.
Yeah, because had it been a cat, that tree would be on its side.
Oh,
I found it. I found it. Ready?
There it is. There it is. So
it's a little loud. Hold on.
It is a little loud. Mm-hmm. So Taylor State, who is the person whose tree was inhabited, poked it out of the tree with a Swiffer cleaner.
So was this squirrel? Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, that's the squirrel. In the video that I wish I had, you can hear her children saying, "Is it dead? Mommy, go full force on it."
Go full force.
Oh, good Lord.
Make sure.
And my favorite, call daddy.
And daddy's like, "No, don't.
Don't call me.
Mom's got it."
I fear the day that there's a huge spider and my kids and or wife ask me to kill it or do whatever they want me to do with it, because it just simply won't happen.
Not happening. Oh, and our final Wild and Wacky. Be careful if you're down in the Florida Keys on the overseas highway, because you just might catch an onion from Captain Lou Caputo, a 37-year veteran of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, who conjured up the concept of dressing like the Grinch and giving out onions to speeders. So,
okay, yeah, I don't like that.
It's about education, awareness that our school zones are still operating, even though it's the holiday season. We want people to slow down. This is a fantastic way to be a good person during the holidays. Hey, just FYI, be careful in our school zones, but we're not going to give you a ticket. So
okay, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, if they get pulled over and the cop is like, "Hey, you're going 50 in a 15-mile-an-hour school zone. Here's an onion. Don't do it next time."
Yeah. Don't do it
This
next time.
stinks.
Okay, that makes sense. Right.
Stink.
Stink.
Stank. Stunk.
Yep.
What if they're just like,
So-
no, I don't. I'm not going to take that onion. Like,
Yep. And that's going to do it for your Wild and Wacky, your pre-holiday week of Main Street Sports today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bar and Joint. Thank you, guys. We'll be back on Tuesday at 2:00. So thanks to all of our guests this week. Coming up next week is going to be great. Until then, Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the holiday weekend